How's it doing? Microphone.
Are you sitting here?
No, I'm actually sitting where Ellie is. So it's fine, you can
I
sit.
just want to be here for the boss, but is it? Oh shit!
No, you can come in now. Welcome everyone to the stream. Hi guys. Hi guys.
I want to know they're doing speeches.
Something like that, yeah.
Where's Dora? Oh yeah, that's Dora.
Do it. Can't we do a 1, 2?
That sounds very loud. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, hand up for sound. Lower. As in, tell me to go lower or higher. Your love's taking me higher. Is that right? Does that work? No. So saw the results. We're going to have some songs. I'm here for the next hour. Yeah. Hope you like Radiohead. Great. No. Right. Are we live yet? Are we ready to go? We are live. Oh wow. We are live. Welcome everybody. Hello. Before we get started, for those watching the results, I do urge you to come forward. We have some tables in the front here. It's really great to feel like I'm, surrounded by people. I've been told I need to stand up or speak louder. Closer to the mouth, like so. Okay, great. I might turn it up so I'm not breathing into the mic. I think that's the practice. So, how's that? Is that better? Better? Testing 1, 2. Do we still want it louder? That's fine. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Okay, well, welcome to the 2023 BEDSSU Leadership Elections results, our student elections, which sees. And these are the results, which is a culmination of weeks, months of hard work, weeks of campaigning, and potentially years of dreams from students who want to come forward and represent their peers. The ethos of election is one of the most magical things about BEDSSU, and there are lots of magical things about BEDSSU. They're an independent, or we are an independent students' union. We exist for students, we're run by students, we support students, and everything we do is just about students. We work very closely with the university, but fundamentally, we're separate. And we're separate so that we can be real representatives for students here and support them in their lives. And so these elections are a real crowning of that ethos. You know, students coming together, rallying for votes, telling people what they want to achieve for them, how they want to make their views heard, their experiences count at the university, and help shape the current academic years ahead, and those of future students as well. It's a wonderful idea, and it's great for the staff here as well to be a part of it. What we're going to do here today is I'm going to walk you through the results. We've got some housekeeping things first. We're going to talk through how the election is run. We run things differently at the University of Bedfordshire at BEDSSU. We, of course, want to see as many students voting as possible. But what's really important to us is that we have a representative vote as well. And so we have a different voting method to try and upvote and balance out the elections. As those who have partaken in the vote will have already seen, we have fair, balanced gender representation across the roles here. And that is to ensure that we are a representative student body, representative charity representing students' interests. So, I won't whittle on for any much further because you want to know the results. We are presenting 3 sets of results today. We're going to be presenting the NUS delegate positions. NUS is the National Union of Students. It is separate from BEDSSU, but we are members of them as an organisation, and they take forward students' interests on a national level. So each year we elect, I think, 5 students among us to go along to their national conference and to be engaged with NUS through the year on behalf of the student body here. We're then going to get to be presenting the 2 co-president positions. We're not presenting the co-vice president positions today. There are outstanding grievances from that election that are currently being reviewed by our returning officer, which is the National Union of Students. And so until that process is complete, we're going to defer on those results and bring them to you at another time when they've been fairly and duly reviewed. But we do have the co-president results! Okay. Well, here we go, let's get started. First of all, the results, we had a turnout of 13.5%. That was up nearly 50% on the turnout for last year. So an incredible achievement. It says a lot about the candidates. Candidates clearly resonated with students. I've worked in students' unions for a while, and what we know is the big thing that drives turnout in elections are the people standing in the elections. They help to promote the union, promote themselves, sell ideas, and promote that idea of democracy. So a fantastic result for candidates, for students taking part. Thank you so much. And of course, a well done to the staff team at the SU who've been supporting this too. And of course, as ever, a shout out to the university to say thanks for supporting us in promoting these elections too. We had a prize draw. That also helps with a bit of the vote turnout every now and then. So we had a £100 cash prize up for grabs, and then what we do is per campus we pick at random, and the results of the winners are on the screen. I'm not going to read out everybody's name because there's a lot of results to get through already, and we haven't even got to them yet. But well done to every student involved, and as we see, thank you to all the students who've taken part in this election process. This election process, for it to be fair, for it to remain student-led, it's absolutely vital that we have students who support the whole kind of policy around the elections. Are they fair? Are the decisions being made accountable? Are they proportionate? How are we making sure we're assessing between different candidates and how one is campaigning and another to make sure that it's a fair playing field for everyone? Our student jurors give up their time to help run this process. They make difficult decisions, can be very sensitive at times. They've always got the student interest at heart, and they're very difficult decisions to make, and I want to give a massive thank you, and please a round of applause to our students. We could not run a responsible, accountable and fair election without them, so really thank you. And I know that I'm not quite sure if their work is done. They may still have work to do, we're not sure yet, but thank you, we really appreciate your hard work. So let's go on to the first position we're going to present this afternoon. It is the National Union of Students Delegates on behalf of BEDSSU. And we're just going to announce the delegates straight off the bat here. We're not going through the vote breakdown. We've got lots of that to come. And as you can see here, our successful NUS delegates for 2021, Prince Quickly, Lindsay Rush, Laura Kaling, Thomas Simpson, and Yvette Navy. Congratulations to all of you for being elected as NUS delegates. Look forward to speaking with you soon. I think some of the staff will be supporting you to go. NUS Conference is a fantastic event. It brings together thousands of students from across the UK together in one place, in one room, to talk about student issues. I hope you know much about the cost of living and you care about it. I'm sure everyone does, and I'm ready to speak about it because I think it's going to be big this year, along with lots of other things. So, excellent. Well done to everybody involved and to those who campaigned and weren't successful. Okay, what are you going to see with our co-president results? Let's talk them through. So, first of all, we count our election results by campus. We go campus by campus. Each campus is worth a certain amount of campus points. We have 40 campus points up for grabs across our 7 campus groups. We allocate these based on the size of the campus and how engaged that campus can or historically has been with our democratic exercises, and what we know is that mirrors the university more generally in their ability, those student cohorts' ability to engage with their student experience, which is why we have set it up in the way we have. Now, at each campus we have what's called a single transferable vote. This is where voters are asked to rank their candidates that they're presented with by preference. Preference 1, 2, 3, 4. What that means is that you then need to meet a quota to get a campus point at each campus. This will become clear as we go through, and I'll talk you through the example. What this means is that in a democracy, it means that your vote gets reallocated if the person you voted for isn't going to win. If the person you voted for comes last, essentially your vote goes back into the system and your second preference gets added later down the line. And this is to make the vote proportionate, and it is a version of a proportionate vote system. Once the campus points start getting counted up, we run a first past the post election. This is basically, we add all the points together for each candidate, and the one with the most wins. You might recognise it if you know the US college voting system well. This is a version of that system. We'll remind you of the totals as we go along. So here we go. In the final round, we indicate where the winner of that particular campus won the most campus points by a yellow star. So that might be fairly obvious. Okay, so here's an example. At the top of the slide, we'll have the position and who it was open to. So it will say co-president, and then it will say male and non-binary, or it will say female. We will have the name of the campus here, down the bottom, and we will go campus by campus, so we count each campus individually first. We will have the candidates listed here, and this box here will show a running tally of the campus points won at this particular campus. And we'll say which round it is here. So we have different rounds of voting as well. With hope, as we go through the system, this will become clearer. We have a quota for how many votes are required for each campus point. We don't round up. You have to exceed a quota to gain a campus point. So if you have, we've got 20 votes here. If you've got 99 votes, that means you've almost got 5 campus points. But you haven't got 5 campus points. You've almost got 5. You must meet or exceed the quota. Okay. Again, this should hopefully become quite clear when we're talking it through. And as you can see, there's a line on your right-hand side, my left, that demonstrates the line of that quota that you need to reach a campus point. And remember, it's not about each campus. The way the campuses are weighted is that you can't win this election by winning one campus. Luton is by far the biggest campus, but it is, we believe, and this is why we set up this system, that it's unfair for you to be able to win the whole election just by winning votes on this campus. So that's why we do it this way. Okay? This is how we will show the points allocation after each round. We will have a list of the candidates here, and we will demonstrate the campus points there. And of course, there are 40 campus points, so as we go through, you'll see a pie chart that tells you how many are unassigned. And that may give you an indication as to what extent someone might win. And the good thing about this process when we present the results is even if someone's in the lead, if there are lots of campus points still to win, there may still be a chance. Okay. So we've got the number of campus points here, and we're here to the co-president self-identifying woman. And I have the results right here. There we go. Okay, let's get excited. So your candidates in this election were Chidinma, Lindsay Rush, Nivetha Nehru, and Tabitha Ajao. And also, Reopen Nominations was a candidate too. Reopen Nominations isn't a real person, but we treat them like one. Yeah, well done, Ron. And what that it basically means, reopen the nominations. It means I don't want to vote for these candidates. I'd like somebody else to stand instead. So can you reopen? Or you might think, well, I want to have a go, so I'm going to vote for reopen nominations. But we go short for Ron. So there we go. We have 5 candidates, including fictional Ron. So the first campus we're going to go to is Luton. And let's start counting the votes. So we had 1,050 votes at Luton. Wait, what? Oh no, we're at Milton Keynes. Great, we're at Milton Keynes. I'm just going to move things around. Excuse me, thank you, yep. Found the sheet. We didn't have 1,000 votes at Milton Keynes. There aren't that many students there. But we did have 63 votes at Milton Keynes. There are 3 campus points at Milton Keynes, which means there were 21 votes was the threshold to meet to get a campus point. Now, as you can see, the votes are shown on the first page. We don't show the number of votes, just because there's a lot of information to share. But trust me, the information's there, it's real, it exists. And I can tell you in the first round that Lindsay got 40 votes. Well done, Lindsay. Solid start. Lindsay got 40 votes. Tabitha with 11, Chidinma with 8, Nivetha with 3, and even 1 for Ron, would you believe? Yeah, he doesn't always get votes, but they try. So what we saw in the first round is that we had 3 campus points available. We can see the lines here, and as I've told you, you have to exceed the line. So of course, Lindsay, you're close to line 2, but you're not close enough. But you have exceeded 1 line. The first campus point of our election goes to Lindsay. And you can see the tally here. So I'm not going to be pointing everything out as we go through, because hopefully you'll just get it. Okay, so we go to a second round. Now, the reason we go to rounds is if you don't win outright in the first round. And what we need to start doing is we need to start eliminating candidates. So I mentioned before how you might have a first preference who doesn't do as well in a particular election for whatever reason. Well, rather than you lose your votes, that candidate gets eliminated in a second round, and their votes get reallocated as to their next preference. Now that has happened, and as you can see, we have 3 points available, and in the second round, all 3 points have been taken. We've seen 8 additional votes added to Chidinma. Chidinma was eliminated and lost her 8 votes. We've seen 2 additional votes added to Lindsay and 4 additional votes added to Tabitha, which means Tabitha gets a campus point by exceeding 1, and Lindsay takes the election by getting 2 campus points just shy of 1. So well done to everybody involved. Oh no, I counted that wrong. You didn't. Sorry, we've got 3 campus points for Lindsay on that one. Right. There's a lot of information on these things, trust me, so we might have a few of those errors. Okay, you can see the running tally so far. We've still got 6 campuses to go and a lot of points on a side, so let's carry on to the next election. Sorry everyone, just need to find my right campus. They're in there, thank you. Okay, we're at Birmingham where we had 57 votes and the threshold for a campus point was 11.4. In the first round, Chidinma came out the back with 29 votes. followed by Lindsay on 18, Tabitha on 7, and Nivetha on 3. So as you can see, some campus points were allocated. We had 3 campus points allocated. Also, great manual handling, bending of the knees, very good. So 3 campus points allocated out of an available 5. We had 2 that went to Chidima and 1 that went to Lindsay. So we went to a second round of voting, and in that round we eliminated 3 candidates. 3 candidates who didn't have the chance of winning within a campus seat. So we eliminated Nivetha, Tabitha and Ron. Their votes were reallocated, to which Chidima got 4 and Lindsay got 2. And that saw that Chidima exceeded the quota for an additional vote. Neither of the candidates exceeded the quota for the final campus point, and so we do a runoff, and in which case the final point was added to Chidima, and so campus points at the end of that round, we had 4 to Chidima and 1 to Lindsay. So we've got a 2-horse race so far, but lots of campuses still to go. Well done Chidima and Lindsay for getting 4. We're now over to Aylesbury. Very rumbly mic. It's not my stomach. Right. Sorry, I went through all the wrong way around. I've had some printing mix-ups, which is fantastic. Okay, so what we have here is we have the Aylesbury campus. We had 34 votes at Aylesbury, which is fantastic. Well done, Aylesbury. And 2 points were available at Aylesbury. Quite a small campus, but a really important one with some fantastic students. In the first round, the quota was 17, and only 1 candidate, Tabitha, exceeded the quota for a campus point at that campus. We still had 1 campus point to allocate. However, I think once we eliminated all the candidates, the final point went to Tabitha, who met the quota for 2 campus points only just, but would have run a runoff anyway. So well done to Nivetha, very close. But unfortunately, Tabitha takes the Aylesbury campus. Well done, Tabitha, for getting 2 campus points in the election. Okay, so now we have points on the board for Tabitha too. So 4, 4, 0, 2, 0, as you can see down the left-hand side, but still with 25% of the way through. A long way to go. And we've got some big campuses coming. Luton and Bedford in particular have quite a lot of points. So let's go on to our specialist sites. Specialist sites includes Arthur Mellows College, which is our study centre. It includes Puttridgebury, some Emmerdale as well, and I think it may include... No, that's it. That's everyone. No, great, that's everyone. Sorry, missed that one. Yes, we have 3 votes at this campus. Traditionally, we do not get that many votes at these campuses, but we try. We try every year. And we also maintain their 2 points because it's important that they have a voice. But it does mean they're given a very big, strong voice in this election because there are two campus seats up for grabs. And in the first round, as you can see, Chidima met the quota for an election and so is allocated 1 point. There were only 3 votes, so we can only allocate so far. And so once we reallocated, the runoff sees that actually the preferences see that the 2 points both go to Chidima in this election. So Chidima takes 2 points, 2 campus points from the specialist sites. Well done, Chidima. And now we move on to Bedford. Okay, Bedford, our second biggest campus at the university. Yeah, bit of a whoop out to Bedford right there. What we've got here in the first round is 110 votes and a quota of 15.71 to gain a campus point. In the first round, 53 votes were for Chidima, 39 Tabitha, 11 Lindsay, 7 Nivetha, and 0 for Ron. And so as you can see, with the quota, we see that Tabitha reaches the quota for 2 campus points, and Chidinma reaches the quota for 3. But there are still 2 campus points remaining, so we're going to reallocate votes, which means we eliminate the lower scoring candidates. With the way it worked, all 3 were eliminated because of the votes that they had, and what we see is that Chidinma reaches the quota for a 4th campus point. Neither candidate reached quota for the final one, the 7th, and so a runoff between the candidates saw that Chidinma was awarded the final campus point for that campus 2. So well done Chidinma for winning that campus, and well done Tabitha for getting a couple of campus points there too. Excellent. Okay. Right, we are just about halfway through. Wowza. Gosh, and there's still lots of votes to go for. It's not won, certainly not won yet. So here we go. Where are we going next? We're now heading to London School of Commerce, London Bridge, one of the collaborative partners with the university. The students here are University of Bedfordshire students, and they are BETSU members, of course. One of our biggest campuses, I think the 3rd biggest. We got 60 votes at this campus, and the threshold for votes was 10 because we have 6 campus points available. In the first round of voting, Chidinma exceeded the quota for our campus points, as did Lindsay. And so we saw that 3 campus points were allocated to Chidinma and 1 to Lindsay, which meant we have 2 campus points remaining to allocate. In the second round of voting, the other 3 candidates were eliminated, and we saw 5 new votes added to Chidinma and 3 to Lindsay, which saw both candidates receive an extra campus point because the quota changed and it readjusts as it goes through when you have fewer votes. So we saw... No, is that right? No, we didn't. I've got that wrong. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong bit of the sheet. We saw a final 4th campus point added to Chidinma by reaching the 4th quota. However, because no candidate reached the quota for the final campus point, as we have found in quite a few of our elections per campus, there is a runoff between the final candidates, of which the final campus point was again added to Chidinma in this instance. And so well done Chidinma for taking 5 campus points from London Bridge. And well done Lindsay for 1 campus point too. Staying in the game there, Lindsay, as well as Tabitha. Okay, where are we off to next? We are now at Luton, so lots can be said for Luton in terms of it being the biggest campus. It's got the most campus points. We also get the most votes here. We had 1,050 votes in this election. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Well done, Luton, for coming out to vote and giving so much to our candidates. So in the first round of voting, we saw... Oh, I should tell you about the quota first. We had 70 votes, quite a high quota to meet, 70 votes, because of course we have 15 points available and as many as 1,000 plus votes. So 15 campus points, whopping. That's more than Chidinma currently has. So let's see. 452 votes were achieved for Chidinma. Nivetha had 303. Tabitha 168. Lindsay 114. And Ron got 13. It's not a bad showing for Ron. Well done, Ron. I'm proud of that. Better than your 0 and 1 that you've had so far. Okay, so what we saw was we had quite a few campus points added already. So we had 6 for Chidinma, 1 for Lindsay, 4 for Nivetha, and 2 for Tabitha, but not Ron. 13 just won't cut it. So what happened in the next round is we eliminated the lowest 2 candidates, which was Ron and Lindsay in the second round of voting. Their votes were reallocated, with 29 going to Chidinma, 25 to Nivetha, and 17 to Tabitha. That saw Chidinma achieve another campus point, as well as Chidinma achieve another campus point, brings her up to 7. We still hadn't allocated all of our points. We've still got one left to allocate, so who's going to get that final campus point? We then eliminated Tabitha as the candidate with the lowest votes, and reallocated across Nivetha and Chidinma. And Nivetha had 19 new votes, and Chidinma got 67 new votes. And so the final campus point went to Chidinma. And so Chidinma had eight campus points. Lindsay won. I think it's 8. 2, 4, 6. It's 8. It's definitely 8. It's definitely 8, and it's 8 on my sheet, and these are the results. So sorry about that. So Chidinma got 8 votes, which are 8 campus points, which is fantastic. We saw that Lindsay got 1, Rebecca got 4, and Tabitha got 2. It's great to see all the candidates get campus points in a round. I mean, the beauty of Luton, eh? The beauty of Luton. Well done, everybody. And so, the results are in, all the results are here, there we go, no more room on the pie chart, and as you can see, it's quite a commanding lead. Well done, Chidinma, but well done to everybody. Well done to everybody. I think all the votes, all the votes. Yeah, really congratulations, and congratulations to all the candidates for taking part. You know, really, really well. Candidates put in an awful lot in this election, as I think many of you will know because you see them, and try really hard to get your votes. And it is a difficult election to win. You know, winning across campuses, staying with me, giving out the results, and all of that thing. It's difficult. I think it's fantastic that everybody got on the board. That doesn't always happen because it is hard to win elections because of the points allocation. So really, well done, everybody. Well done, everybody. Okay. Okay, this is co-president for male or non-binary identifying persons. Let's have a whoop for the candidates! We've got Arian, Ryan, Shane, and of course Ron, reopened nominations standing in this election. Good luck to everybody. And we are going to start off for the co-president role. This particular co-president role, I think we're starting off in Luton. Yes, we are. Fantastic. We had 678 valid votes in this election. Quite a difference from the previous co-president role, eh? Well. I mean, don't know why I mentioned that. I have no idea why that would be. But well done, everybody. So, 678, still a lot of votes. Still a lot of votes. The threshold for a campus point was just over 45.2. In the first round of the election, Ryan got 309 votes. Arian got 221. Shane got 125. And reopened nominations got 23. Well done, Ron. That's quite a lot. So, I mean, that's sorry, candidates, but it is the beauty of elections. Democracy. Okay, so what we saw there is that 12 of the 15 campus points were allocated to the candidates, so 3 left to go, and so to do that, to allocate those within a quota, we start eliminating candidates. Now, because Ron got as many as 23 on their own, we eliminated Ron in the next round, and redistributed those 23 votes, to which in the second round, 7 went to Arian, 4 went to Ryan, and 4 went to Shane. That meant that Ryan reached the quota, sufficient quota, to get a further campus point, so well done, Ryan. So did Arian. So we saw that 2 of the remaining 3 were reallocated in that round. We still have 1 more to go though. So 1 more point to allocate, which means we do need to eliminate another candidate. Now bear in mind, remember, when we do eliminate a candidate, you don't lose your campus points. We reallocate your votes, but we don't reallocate your points. That would be quite unfair. So we reallocated the votes of Shane and saw 129 votes reallocated, to which Arian got 19 and Ryan got 58. So Ryan took the campus by beating the quota and was allocated 8 campus points. Ignore the number 9 there, that's because of how we redistributed. And of course, you don't lose points, and so you don't get campus points that aren't there. But you do get 8, so we saw the round end with Ryan getting 8, Arian getting 5, Shane 2, and Ron 0. Well done, everybody. Good way to start, but as you can see, we're a third all the way through, but there's still a lot of campus points to go. Let's go to the next campus. We're next at Aylesbury. At Aylesbury, we had 11 valid votes, and the threshold for a vote was 5.5, and in the first round, as you can see, Ryan met the threshold for one vote, for one campus point, sorry. But Shane did not. Shane got some votes, but didn't quite meet the threshold. We didn't have that many votes, so we didn't see Arian or Ron get votes. And so what happens is that both points are allocated to Ryan in the final runoff for that campus. So quite a short vote there due to the number of votes and the lack of preferences, because that also helps with this kind of counting as well. So well done to Ryan, who actually gets both points, 2 points at Aylesbury. There we go, that adds to the tally. What we can see so far with almost 50% done. Well done Ryan, well done. Arian is on 5 campus points, still within reach. Well, everyone's still within reach, really. You've still got over half the board to go. Shane, you've got 2. Slow and steady. I mean, I know the results, so who knows what I mean. And Ryan has 10. That's quite a lead. But there's still a long way to go, Ryan. Don't start counting your chickens just yet. Okie dokie. The next we have our specialist sites. To remind you, that's Emerald Dale campus, that's Arthur Meadows campus, and Partridgebury campus as well. I didn't say Partridgebury before, I think. So, did I? No. That's what I was trying to. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Okay. I'm so glad this is live. Right, first round of voting, we got 3 votes. Again, so we only got 3 votes in the selection, but there's 3 votes all the same. And it really doesn't, a democracy, it's all about votes and where they go. And in this election, they've gone to Ryan and Arian. And so we see Ryan take the first point, take the quota. Now, as per the last election, because of the way the votes are reallocated, what we do is we do a runoff, and so the way the votes would have reallocated would see that Ryan would get both points for that election as well. And so two campuses with 2 points, and we've seen that Ryan walk away with both of them. Well done, Ryan. So that extends Ryan's lead as we go through to the halfway. Okay, to Milton Keynes. At Milton Keynes we had 39 votes. The quota for the 3 campus points was 13 votes. And in the first round of voting, we saw Ryan exceed the quota of 1 to get 1 campus point. Shane just hit it and got 1 campus point as well. We still had 1 campus point to allocate, and so we went to a second round of voting and redistributed the two other candidates who didn't have as many votes. What we saw was that Shane got the bulk of those votes. However, because neither candidate reached the quota, my understanding is, I haven't got the notes in front of me, so we'll wait to the next sheet. My understanding is that in the runoff between the final 2, as tends to happen, Ryan was allocated the final point from that round, so the 3rd point. So well done, Ryan, for getting two campus points at that campus, and Shane for getting 1. So that adds to the tally board. Ryan extends the lead. Shane catches up on Arian, and of course Ron is still struggling to get off the mark. But you know, I think by the looks of it, Ron can't win anymore. Well done, Ron. Commiserations. You can go home now. Okay. What's next? We are at London Bridge. London Bridge, where we had 23 valid votes, and the quota for a campus point, because there are 6 campus points from here, was 3.83. And in the first round of voting, we saw the threshold reached by Ryan and Shane, who both walked away with campus points in the first round. And so Ryan got 3 and Shane got 1. There were 2 more points to reallocate, to gain at the campus, and so we redistributed votes from the candidates with the least votes. The reason we just eliminate more than one candidate is it depends. We do a runoff to see whether they are capable of winning or votes being given to them. That would help them. So what our system does is it goes through lots more rounds. You don't see all the rounds because our system eliminates one by one. Whereas what we do is we see, well, actually, 3 candidates get eliminated on the ballots with no votes crossing between, so we'll eliminate them all at once. As we can see in the second round, we saw that Ryan ends up getting just the quota for 4 campus points, and Shane just meets the quota for another campus point as well. Well done, Shane. And so the 6 campus points are allocated with 4 to Ryan and 2 to Shane. So well done, guys. And that leads us to Ryan extending quite a commanding lead now at 18 campus points. Shane catches up with Aaron, so both on time as well. Okay. The next campus, 2 more campuses. We've got Birmingham and Bedford to go. At Birmingham, there are 5 points available. And in the first round of voting, there were 28 votes, valid votes to start with, and so you needed to reach a quota of 5.6 for one of the 5 campus points available. In the first round, we saw that Ryan reached the threshold for 3 campus points, and Shane reached the threshold for 1 campus point as well. Arian got some votes here, but not quite enough to reach the threshold for a campus point. Because there was still another campus point available, Ron didn't get any votes. Sorry, Ron, which meant we had to eliminate Arian in the second round of voting. Arian's votes were redistributed. Threshold was not met for a final campus point, and so in the runoff between the remaining candidates, the final point was allocated to Ryan, who had the most votes at that campus. So well done, Ryan. And there you go, extending the voting round, of course, Shane getting some more campus points on the board as well. Well done. So we run into the final campus where there are 7 points available. We had 80 Bedford students vote. Well done, Bedford. And we had 80 valid votes. The threshold was 11.43, and in the first round, Ryan got 58 of those 80 votes. Arian got 10, Shane got 7, and Ron, reopened nominations, got 5. We still had 2 campus points to reallocate at the end of this round because we saw that Ryan had all 5 campus points, had met the quota for those, but not all 7, still 2 left to go. But what we then did is we reallocated the votes in the next round and eliminated Shane and reopened nominations based on the votes that they had. And again, Ryan took the bulk of those votes, was the only one who took votes from those candidates, so had 7 votes, which meant that Ryan took all the campus points for the Bedford campus. Well done, Ryan. And that brings us to the results with 29 campus points. Ryan is duly elected co-president male non-binary for BEDSSU 23-24 to join the team with Chidinma. Well done to congratulations. Wow. Well done, Chidinma and Ryan. As the chief executive at BEDSSU, can't wait to work with you both. I happen to know you both already. Obviously, Ryan, you are an incumbent officer, and Chidinma, you work at the Metro as well, so well done. It's great to see students get engaged. But I just want to give a massive, massive round of applause to all the candidates. Again, please. I have such respect for everybody. I myself ran an election when I was a student to be a sabbatical officer, and I lost. I know how it feels. I also know how much you can put in. And how much you can get so excited for it. And I know that passion, I remember it vividly. So thank you for bringing it to the elections for BEDSSU. It shows students how much their students' union is representative of them, lives, works, breathes, does anything, everything for them. And so thank you for reminding students of that. And if you're still a student in the next year, maybe we'll see you again. Thanks for getting involved. Well done, everyone, and particularly well done to Ryan and Chidinma on your election. the final thing to say is it is worth saying that coming soon we have more results for the co-vice president positions. Both the male non-binary and the co-president women positions are waiting to be announced pending review by our returning officers. So that is happening, that's due process, nothing to be alarmed about. So they're coming soon, and look forward to presenting those results when they come. We'll update on social media, on the website, and as far as we can. We might shout from rooftops whenever we can do that. So thanks very much everyone, well done again, and enjoy the rest of your weeks.